Forget the illusion of solidity sold to you by your senses, for what you consider reality is actually nothing more than a statistical deception and the collective hypnosis of materialism. You believe that walls are impenetrable, that your body is a fixed point in space, and that the limitations of your life are etched in stone. But if we dive deep into the fabric of reality, where human assumption ends and the harsh truth begins, we discover a phenomenon that defies all logic: quantum tunneling. Your hand does not pass through a table only because atoms are 99.99% empty space, and the only thing truly stopping you is the electromagnetic force of repulsion, the same resistance you feel when trying to push two identical poles of a magnet together. We never truly touch matter. We only feel the resistance of its fields. However, in the subatomic world, the rules are radically different. There, if you were to bang your head against a wall long enough, there is a mathematically calculable probability that your head would simply appear on the other side without a single injury or any damage to the wall. This is not an esoteric fantasy. It is the key to understanding how consciousness manipulates matter and proof that walls do not exist as physical obstacles, but only as energy states of low probability. To understand the mechanics of this impossible feat, we must completely dismantle the delusion of classical Newtonian physics, which views the world as a collection of colliding billiard balls. According to the Schrödinger wave equation, every particle you are made of, every electron in your cells, and every proton in your heart is described not as a point, but as a wave function. You are not a fixed point on the map of the universe. You are a probability cloud that theoretically expands across the entire cosmos. When that wave hits an energy barrier, it doesn't stop like a car hitting a wall. Its intensity inside the obstacle decays, but the mathematics is clear. The wave never reaches zero. If the barrier is thin enough, a small part of that wave, that exponential tail, manages to leak to the other side. At that moment, a quantum leap occurs. The particle instantaneously dematerializes in front of the barrier and materializes on the other side. It didn't break a path. It utilized its wave nature to pass through the very structure of reality. This is the process physicists call wave-particle duality, and your consciousness is the secret ingredient that determines the form in which that reality manifests. This phenomenon is not merely a laboratory curiosity, it is the engine that drives the universe itself, and without it, you would not exist. The greatest proof is our sun. Inside the solar core, protons repel each other with such force that, according to the laws of classical physics, nuclear fusion should never occur. The sun is simply not hot enough for protons to have the energy to jump over that barrier of repulsion. By all the rules of old science, the sun should be a dark, cold ball of gas, and life on Earth would never have begun. But nature cheats the system. Protons utilize tunneling. They don't jump over the wall, they pass through it. We are literally the children of a quantum anomaly that violates the laws of physics every millisecond to create light. Let us go even deeper into the very core of your being. Modern quantum biology proves that the tunneling of protons within the hydrogen bonds of your DNA directly affects your genetic code. Protons within your genetic material are constantly tunneling from one side of the strand to the other, causing spontaneous mutations that are the foundation of evolution. Your biology is not a static book, but a dynamic quantum process where particles constantly ignore the boundaries of space. Even your senses, such as smell, function by electrons in your receptors, tunneling through scent molecules to transmit information to the brain. You are a quantum machine constantly erasing the boundaries between here and there. Look at the technology you cannot imagine a day without. Your smartphone, SSD drives, and every transistor in your processor work exclusively thanks to quantum tunneling. We have forced electrons to pass through insulation walls that are physically impenetrable in order to store your photos and messages. We have already harnessed the magic of the subatomic world to build a digital civilization, but we have forgotten the most important lesson. If your technology, your sun, and your biology function by ignoring barriers, why does your mind still believe in them? This brings us to the Heisenberg uncertainty principle, which states that the act of observation changes the nature of what is being observed. When you focus your attention on a wall, a problem, or a limitation, you cause the wave function to collapse into the densest, heaviest form of matter. By your very belief, you lock yourself in a cage of bricks. But the moment you realize your wave nature, you change the probability coefficient of your existence. In modern medicine, the scanning tunneling microscope uses this principle to see individual atoms by allowing electrons to jump across an abyss they shouldn't be able to cross, according to old physics. This is irrefutable proof. If consciousness can manipulate the flow of electrons through empty space, it can manipulate your destiny. The world is not a collection of solid bricks, but an ocean of energy waiting for your conscious command. The wall in front of you is solid only because billions of your atoms collectively agree on that probability. Awakening of consciousness is the moment you stop being a victim of physical laws and become a conscious manipulator of quantum fields. You are a being made of particles that, in every second of their existence, prove that boundaries do not exist. Barriers are only there to define the space within which you will learn how to overcome them by your will. Quantum physics draws us a map of reality in plain black and white, where impossible is only a word for an event of low probability upon which you haven't yet directed enough focus. Every time the sun shines or your phone saves a piece of data, the universe sends you a clear proof. Through the wall, one can pass. You are a wave that forgot its infinity the moment it believed in the absolute solidity of matter. You are the one who determines where the wave function collapses. Therefore, stop being a prisoner of the reality imposed upon you and become its creator. The universe does not place walls to stop you, but to remind you of your innate, divine power to pass through them and wake up in a world where all possibilities are already open and waiting for you. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our channel. See you soon.